This is a good way out. Cool. 4 balloons off the bat, that's really good. No, god, no. Alright. No. No, I didn't get enough balloons. So the way this works is, to get the item I'm going for, I need to not only beat the other racer, which is basically going to happen every time, but I need to get a time of less than 0 seconds, which you do by each balloon you get takes 3 seconds off your time. However, each bird you get, each bird that hits you, adds 3 seconds onto your time. On top of, you know, stunning you like that, and actually wasting like 3 seconds of your time. It takes around 30 seconds just to get here, like you're taking a straight shot. So you need like 10 balloons. I got close one time. If I just gotten 2 more balloons, I would have had it. And that's where that 5.1 comes from. Or if I just dodged 2 more birds. On top of that, the controls for this are just the absolute worst. I can't really describe them. They're just terrible. So how it works is basically you press left or right to adjust the angle of your chocobo, but it's so sensitive. I have to use the D-pad and just like tap it for the briefest moment to tilt the chocobo in vaguely the right direction and then cross my fingers and pray. And sometimes the birds will stun lock you over and over and over again, which is really cool. Yeah, that's not good enough. I needed another balloon. Or to dodge a bird. Might be thinking, Sarah, why are you doing such a stupid, awful, garbage minigame that controls so badly? And I'll tell you why. It's because the ultimate weapon for this character, I'm writing the chocobo, Titus, whatever you want to call him, maybe Ryan, is to get the ultimate weapon, you have to do this. If you want to do, like, any of the post-game content, basically, you're gonna want the ultimate weapons. And this one, the one for the main character, is locked behind this awful minigame. I've gotten better at it over the years. I really have. The first time I actually got the perfect time that I needed for this, I probably spent 2 to 3 hours on it. Hearing the same goddamn music and the noise of the chocobos getting hit by birds. Oh, so like when they go after her, if I'm anywhere near her when they hit her, it freezes me too. So it's really cool. I don't know if you saw I steered back on the course there. I didn't press anything. The chocobo just sort of does that. Which honestly makes controlling it harder. And you know, if I could actually control the chocobo, like the chocobo controls in the rest of the game, which is like the player, this would be an absolute cakewalk. Yeah, I get that, like, you know. You know, I was gonna say, I understand that they couldn't do angles on the PS2 because it doesn't have a joystick, but did the PS2 have a joystick? I'm gonna have to look that up. Oh god, this is so awful. I hate this game. This minigame, I mean, not Final Fantasy X. Alright. Yeah, it did. Yeah, okay, I thought it did. Yeah, because you have to rotate it for Luigi's Overdrive anyway. So yeah, there's no excuse for this, because it had angles. I don't know, maybe the PS2 controller had, like, very few actual directional inputs. Because I know, like, not all controllers that have joysticks actually have a bunch of directions. Like the 3DS one, for example, has like 16, I think. It's like a glorified D-pad, but it feels like a stick. I know it's not a joystick; it's a circle pad, but you know what I mean. Turn the game down here a bit so you can hear me better instead of this. You're still gonna have to hear it though, because that's part of the fun. That's part of the joy. Yay. So I don't know if the balloons just have set locations they spawn in. Like I don't know if it like pulls from a list, but they're not in the same location each time. So it's not like you can memorize the best path. Sometimes it is just straight up impossible to get this. Whether it's because the balloons are just not reachable, or not reachable within a reasonable time, or not reachable without hitting the birds, or just the other person will get to it before you. See, this is a really good start. Five balloons right off the bat. That shaves off 15 seconds. 16. No, 16. 6, 7, 8. This might be the one. 9. Oh, damn. No, stop course. Yeah, that's my favorite, is when you get stun locks and you just had a good run completely ruined because you just won't get up. That could have been it, but I just wasn't good enough. And by I wasn't good enough, I mean the game is just awful. The minigame is just awful. And so, what could have been easily a victory was not, because of those stupid birds. Why are there birds? Who on the programming team was like, you know what? This minigame is too easy. It's too easy. Let's add birds. It's like you need the balloons, but you can't grab a balloon if a bird... Yeah, okay. You can't grab a balloon if the bird hits you, right? Like, because one, it cancels it out, and on top of canceling it out, the bird also stunlocks you and adds a ton of time. And there's stuff like that where, like, no matter what I did, I would not be able to get those balloons from them. and they just take them all. They just take like all of the balloons because, you know, it's cool. It's a fun mechanic. Alright, cool. No. No. There's that. There's like, there are parts where you get hit by a bird and you just keeps going. Why did they make so many minigames in Final Fantasy X and just not make any of them good? There's like so much side content to this game. Maybe not so much, but there's a fair chunk of side content in this game, like a good couple hours worth for sure. A ton if you want to include like all the monster arena stuff and grinding to beat the super bosses. But why didn't they just, instead of having so much, just have some and make it fun? This is like the antithesis of fun. The controls are awful. The random generalization just completely screws you over at every turn. You need it to be on your side if you want to win around, or if you want to win around, if you want to. Oh God, Stinky Pete. Oh, this might be it. I wasn't counting the balloons. Was that enough? Yes! Ah! God, no. Alright. God. I was at this for good like 15 minutes before I started recording too. Fuck Chocobo Racing.